Hi, Glen Oaks Owls. My name is Hafsa, and my profession is to be an officer of homeless solutions. Officer doesn't mean the officer like a police officer. It means a high-level government administration personnel, which basically means that I work with the mayor and city council and city hall and for the greater community. So my job is really interesting because I address homelessness. Basically, I help create programs and services so that people are not on the street and that they actually have a nice, warm place to sleep at night, just like you. What I do is I oversee a staff of social workers and counselors. I work with the police department, and I also work with other colleagues of mine who help clean the community. For example, when a person is homeless and they're out on the street, they might have a mattress that they sleep on the street. So in order to address that, we have to create programs and services. And so I will have a counselor go talk to the homeless person, because what happens is sometimes the homeless person might have some other problems like mental health, depression, anxiety, things like that. Or they might also have drug addiction. And so it's really important that the police officers are there as well. And then when they accept services, what happens is a community cleanup crew is able to clean the area and transport the individual who's homeless to a nice place where there's a roof over their head. The tools needed for this job was my education. So it's really important to get your education. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Social Behavioral and another Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, and I have my Master's in Social Work. That means that I went to go get more schooling after I did 4 years in college. One of the most important things about this job is that there are some challenges. One of the challenges that was really hard is that often people think that people who are homeless are lazy and that they don't do anything and that they want to be homeless. But that's not true. Sometimes what happens is that people lose their job, or they have a really bad mental breakdown, or they may lose somebody in their family that causes depression and they can't work anymore. So there's many reasons why people become homeless, and it's not always because they're lazy or always because they do drugs. And even if they do drugs, it's important to get them the help that they need, and not basically stigmatize them is what the word is, meaning that you always paint a bad characteristics of people who are experiencing homelessness. Sometimes they're really good people, but of course sometimes there's those who make some really bad choices, and it's really important to have a multidisciplinary team of individuals, like I said earlier, social workers and police officers. One of the many roles I have is to also work with the mayor and the city council, which means that sometimes I don't really get to sleep. That means that there's just a lot of work at any given time. Some of the things that I want to let you know that's really rewarding about the job is when I am able to see the pictures of the people who were homeless get into their brand new apartment. It takes a lot of work with the social workers, and it takes a lot of help with a lot of people. But when the individual gets into their own apartment, they're smiling from cheek to cheek with a key in their hand, and that is the most rewarding. I'm also going to go ahead and submit a small video of what a project looks like if Miss Pringle wants to show it. Other than that, I just want to say that I love what I do because I love to help people. And one of the most important things is that bringing people joy helps a community at large. So I encourage all of you to do good in school and to do all your homework and to dream big. The sky is the limit. And one of the things, if you want to do that could help us, is if you want to make a school project and create thank you cards or cards to the homeless for the work that they've done, Or even if you have some donations and if you want to work with Miss Pringles for donations, we could always go ahead and give the homeless folks those nice donations, warm blankets, new items like shampoos, things that they might feel comfortable. So lastly, in closing, I want to say it's really important to study hard and do what you're passionate about, because your job won't feel like a job. It'll be very fun. Hope this was helpful. Bye.